I'm really excited for tonight. Last night, we talked about gift. What is the definition of your God-given gift? Then we linked it to your purpose. We linked it to what does it mean to believing in your purpose. And then we linked it back to fulfilling your purpose here on earth. Tonight, we'll be talking about the definition of a creator. And we will also be talking about why we should create things. Then thirdly, we will be talking about who should we create for. And then we'll be talking about what creativity can do for us. And 5, we'll be talking about the end result of creativity. And all of these things will be linking back to the main heading of the course, which is gift and purpose and fulfilling purpose. So let's start. So the definition of a creator. Who is a creator? Anytime I think of a creator, the first thing that comes to mind for me is God. Before I take you to church, let me give you what the dictionary definition of a creator says. It says person or thing who brings something into existence is a creator. A person or thing who brings something into existence is a creator. And that was why I first said that every time I think of a creator, I think of God the Father. And if you actually go to the dictionary and check the definition of a creator, it will tell you exactly what I've just said. So it gave us example of creators as writers, authors, producers, designers, dressmakers, and so on and so forth. If you check the dictionary, that is exactly what you will find. But I like to refer to God as the creator. And I'm going to take you to church now, if I can put it that way. So I love the book of Genesis a lot. If you're really close to me, you probably know that I'm always going back to the book of Genesis. So I'm going to refer back to it. And this one will tie into why we should create. So God the Father is a creator. But let me share with you something quickly. In Genesis 1 verse 2, it tells us that the earth was formless and empty. Darkness was over the surface of the deep, and the Spirit of God was hovering over the waters. And God said, "Let there be light," and there was light. This was exactly how creation started. So I'm going to encourage you tonight, just as we've started this course, I want you to make up your mind that you want to be like your Father, that you want to create. I'm going to break that particular reading that I just gave down. I'm going to break it down extensively. And then God said, "Let there be light," and there was light. There's something that stood out to me in that part, not the entire verse. It says, God saw that the light was good. I'm going to stop there. So when God said, "Let there be light," and there was light, there was something unique that the Father did there. He saw that, I actually created this. That was good. There was a pause right there. In fact, the scripture wrote it with a comma. And God saw that the light was good. So in my head, I'm thinking God was giving himself a thumbs up. He's saying, wow, that was good. That was good. You must see a reason for wanting to create something. Then you go ahead and create something. He created just one thing first. Then he looked at it and said, this was really, really, really good. Then he went ahead to create more. Then he continued creating and creating and creating till he got to 1:26, Genesis 1 verse 26, where he created you and I. And there was something peculiar that God did there. He did in such a way that he made provision for everything that we would need first before he went ahead to create us. He separated light from darkness. He created food. He created fish. He created everything. Then he now created me and you. We've given a definition of creator, and we have established that the Father is the biggest creator. So Secondly, why should you create? I've said it yesterday, the one and only place where you can pour from is from your jar of oil, which is your God-given gift. So why should we create anything at all? I'll take you back to church, the scripture that we read. Because God saw a reason for creation, He started creation. He saw that the earth was formless and empty, then darkness was over the surface of the deep, and the Spirit of God was hovering over the waters. God saw a need right there. So why should you create? You must see a need for wanting to create something. Then you go ahead and create that thing. For example, I saw a need for this group and I created it. Okay? So you must see a reason why you must create something. And there's no way you will think in the line of creating anything if you don't see a reason for it. Just like the Father, He saw that the earth was formless, it was shapeless. Then He began to mold it and mold it and mold it. And that was why I said yesterday, it's very important to discover your God-given gift. It is then you begin to think in the line of creating anything. It is then you can really reason and think further. Oh yes, with this thing I know, I can actually help this set of people or this group of people or this tribe or this nation that God has created for you. So basically, you have to see a reason for wanting to create. And the only way you can get there is for you to know that you can actually do something with what is inbuilt already, with your God-given gift and talent, your natural ability, the one that is fitted in you naturally. You must see a reason for wanting to use that thing. And like I said, your own gift could be anything. So you must know the reason why you want to create, just like the Father. He saw that the earth was shapeless, then He decided to mold everything. Then He now went ahead to create us so we can have dominion over everything. Dominion, if you don't know what that means, it means taking charge, taking responsibility, caring for, ruling over all of those things. So you must know the reason why you want to create as well, just like the Father. And who should you create for? So basically, I'm saying that if a man comes to me and they say they want the course, I will give them the course because it caters to the man and also to the woman. And that's the kind of niche I'm trying to build. I don't want to create a gender barrier. So who are you creating for? You should know. And one of the ways to do this is to make a little survey, maybe a little survey with Google Docs. Once you start thinking in the line of using your gift to help people, you can just make a little survey that, oh yeah, I'm trying to start a clothing line, for example. Who will buy it from me? Who will I give it to? Who will I feed it to? Who will I service? All right. For example, my book or my product, this one, if a man reads it, it will help them. If a woman reads it, it will help them. And that's why you have your social media, you have your Facebook, your Instagram. Do a little bit of collage and start talking about those things online. Start with your friends and family. And don't even be discouraged that maybe you're talking to your friends, they are not responding to you or anything like that. Sometimes it takes a while for people to warm up to us. Sometimes it takes a while for people to even understand what we are trying to do. But the most important thing is for us, ourselves, to understand what we are trying to do. Just like the Father. He understood exactly what He was trying to do. In fact, I actually thought about it to the extent that God actually knows that the reason why I'm making Jesus Christ is for Him to come and rescue us all, So you must have a reason for what you're doing. Once you know your gift, you begin to talk about it. You begin to come forward confidently, talk about it. And then you realize that the more you continue to do these things, your creativity juice will begin to flow. The more you do these things, your creativity juice will begin to flow. So what creativity can do for you? Number one, being creative would actually help you discover who you are. It will help you discover who you are. I'm serious about it. Even a lot of us who think we know what our purpose is in life, we are not even sure. Sometimes we think we are sure, we are not sure. Tapping into your natural gift will help you discover who you are. If you don't take anything away from me tonight, take that away from me. It will help you discover who you are. You will begin to see that yourself differently. Oh yeah, this is who I really am. Because on your job, you have responsibilities or duties that they expect of you. And if I'm being honest, they will also tell you to be flexible enough. So to some extent, you are working within a space, an expectation. Your gift is not like that. So for example, they can tell you on your job, or you attend to customers' phone call and emails. You will liaise with your other members of your team, even up to management. They could tell you something like you prepare paperwork for your team and support your team, or things like that. That's an example. So you are confined, you are restricted to work within your job specification. A lot of times you don't get to explore a lot. You can be flexible. But on your gift, you can actually explore, discover, explore, expand, continue to grow till you get to a place where you can say, I'm walking away from my job. For example, I gave an example last night that when I launched online, I came online as a fashion blogger. All right. But as I continued on the journey, I began to discover who I truly am. So I started leaning towards my natural gift of encouragement. I started leaning into my natural gift of writing. And I started going towards the line of mentoring, leadership, and coaching. And I will tell you what creativity has done for me. I'll use myself as an example. So for example, I do styling. All right. Number two, I do a lot of consulting. So I do help clients from different parts of the world to create content, digital content. I help some clients to create paperwork for their business. I help some clients to write, which I do a lot of as a copywriter. I help clients who are confused about purpose, gifts. I help them online, especially because I wrote this book. So because of this also, people started bringing their children to me for clarity, for me to be able to help them. What should they go to university to do? So, and also, since I've been online, I've acquired so many skills, especially technical skills. For example, I can build a blog from start to finish. I can build a website from start to finish. I can create digital content anywhere, any type, video, text, collages, graphics design, Photoshop. I've actually acquired so many skills. And that is what creativity can do. It will show you your capability. It will show you exactly what you should be able to do. And all of those things can be tied or wrapped around your God-given gift. You don't have to change who you are. You don't have to become who you are not to be able to achieve exactly what you should achieve with your God-given gift or while fulfilling your purpose. You don't have to change yourself. All you have to do is know exactly, oh, this is my strength. I have the gift of leadership, for example. Who do I want to help? Ask yourself that. Who do I want to help? Or what can I create to help this group of people? Or what can I create to help like a community or a charity? What can I create to help them? So think about that. I want you to go away tonight, and I've not seen your comments. What's going on? I can't see any comments here. So I want you all to go away tonight. Last night I asked you, you have to know exactly what your God-given gift is. You have to recognize it. Please leave me your comments right there. I want to see it. So tonight I want you to go away and ask yourself this question or ponder upon it. What can I create from my gift to help maybe my friends or my family or my group of friends or a community or my co-workers? What can I create? For example, you may be wondering, oh, what have I created myself? I am always very quick to pull out the book. I've created this, so I'm a creator. I'm just like the Father. And the bonus also is that every time you create something, you get gain from it. That's why you should create. You get gain from it. It could be monetary, it could be accolades. That's the one that is trending now, or assurance. So for example, this course, I know it's going to help so many people. So ask yourself this question: what can I create? And who do I want to help with what I'm going to create? Ask yourself that question. Very important. If you want to create anything, first, you should also ask yourself, why do I want to create it? Who should I create it for? What purpose will this thing be able to serve? Because everything has to be done intentionally, especially when it comes to your gift. But the most important thing for you to do is to know that you have to be a creator. So we are all creators. You have to be a creator. So let me give you an example of some of the creators. I know I've taken you to church, but I want to give you some examples of great creators and achievers that we know. So when you think of creators, you think of maybe Mark Zuckerberg. For example, we are on Facebook Live now. If Mark Zuckerberg didn't create Facebook, you and I won't be here talking with you. Even though I can't be with you physically in your homes, I'm here with you online. And it's almost like we are connecting, we are kind of rubbing minds, doing things together. That is an example of creation. He created like something similar to Facebook on campus for the students in Harvard to be able to connect with themselves. All of a sudden, it became all of this. That is an example of a creator. So he created Facebook, so you and I can be able to connect anywhere we are in the world. Isn't that amazing? So how will it look, or how will it sound, or how will it feel, or how will it make you feel if you yourself can create something from your God-given gift, from your natural ability? It could just be making table napkins. It could just be making little dresses for little girls. It could just be making little hair clips for ladies. It could be making fancy arts. It could be anything. But the idea is for you to use your God-given gift to be able to meet needs somewhere. It could be fitness. It could be to help women who have given birth to help get their body back. It could be leadership. It could be mentoring. But we all must be creators, all right? So let's even take it back to this very social media age that we are in. We all know the Kardashians. People will say they are not talented. People will say they don't do anything, they don't work. Meanwhile, they are some of the most hardworking people that I know on earth. For example, let's take the very little one, Kylie Jenner. She's only 20. I'm not saying what she's doing is right. I'm only referring back to it. I know people will say that's worldly standard, but let's learn from the world as well. Even as Christian women or women who are godly. Our business is projected to be up to $1 billion. That's a lot of money. What has she done? She saw that there's a need, and because of what she likes, lip product, she started creating lip product. And she created something that will be able to help women. Once they apply it, their lips become plumpy, even though they've done surgery. They haven't told us. But just look at it that way. What can I create to help meet needs somewhere? And another example I would like to give is Oprah Winfrey. You all know she's all about television. She's all about the media. But Oprah now is actually helping different people, women especially, to lose weight with the line of product she's creating, or she has created. So she created a line of food, a food line. On Friday, I have a video which I will share with you. So please stick around. I've actually included some of the footage of that into the video for Friday. She's created a line of food to cater to women to help them stay in shape, remain fit, remain slim, not overweight, not obese. It's just a matter of recognizing that from my God-given gift, I can actually stretch myself and begin to meet needs of people from different parts of the world. And like I said before, our needs these days is not much, because back in the day we didn't have access to all this internet and social media. There's so much we can do right now, especially with Facebook, because I connect more with people on Facebook than with from any other platform. So the other thing is, okay, fine, I've now done all these things. I've thought about what can I create? How can I create it? Who do I give it to? Who do I help with those things that I've created? It's good to know all of these things so we can begin to explore our God-given potential, and all that hidden talent will begin to come out. I gave an example of Kylie Jenner now. They started with the lip product. They saw that that was successful. She thought deeper again. Then they came back. They created a line of palettes for eyes. They created a line of concealers for different skin tone. So it's just about tapping into your natural creativity, even just like God did from the beginning. That scripture says that God saw a need. He saw a need that the earth was shapeless and it was formless. Then he decided, let me create light. Then all of a sudden he looked back and said, oh yeah, this actually is good. There was a comma there. If you read it 1 verse 4, this is really good. Then he created more. You and I are like that. And I will tell you something. I first created this one. This is the book. Then I saw that there's still a need. There's still a need in the area of gift. Then I went ahead to create this course, just like the Father. I gave an example of Kylie Jenner. They started out with lip product. Then they went ahead to create eye colors or eyeshadows. Then they went ahead to create concealers. So naturally to be like that. Then after I created this course, which I was doing from February thereabout, I saw that after this first book, I needed to write another book. So what I now did was that I coined the 2 books together. If you ask me to speak anywhere now, I came up with an idea of use what you have to create the life you want. From my own 2 products, I coined out a title which I will be talking about anywhere I go. That's amazing. And that's what creativity can do. Creativity will show you, will direct your path once you start creating something. By creating something, you will begin to learn. You begin to find your way little by little. Then you create 1 thing and 2 things. If you're a designer, you could make just a simple black dress. The next time, your instinct will start telling you that you should create it with maybe a mix of Ankara with lace, and then you become more creative. Then you say, okay, let me use chiffon next time. Then you say, okay, let me use silk next time. Or you say next time, okay, let me add a little bit of belt. Then you begin to create more and create more and create more, just like the Father. So I'm going to remind you again tonight. If you don't take anything away tonight, which I doubt, go away this night and think, from my God-given gift, what can I create? And who should I create those things for? Those are 2 questions I need you to go away with. And I'm going to be answering those 2 questions also. Tomorrow, we will be talking about what I came up with. I'm going to say 2 things that I can create, at least 1 maybe. Who should I create these things for? And why should I create it? It's also important to, even with creativity, know your why. Know why are you creating this thing? Even from the beginning, the Father knew that all of these things that I'm creating is for the sake of Genesis 1 verse 26, 27, 28, where God said, after we should create man after our own likeness. And then he now said that, oh yeah, once we've created man after our own likeness, he now said, this is what I want you to do. Have dominion over everything that I've created. So why should you create anything? Who should you create it for? And what will this creativity do for you? So, like I said, the end result of creativity, which is the last pointer for this class. One, once you start creating something, it gives you that confidence that, oh yes, I can do this. It gives you that confidence that, yes, I can do it. That is number one. You might find challenges on the way. You might experience stumbling blocks. It could be issues of money that you want to use to create what you want to create. It might be not knowing exactly what to do and how to do it. And that's why I put this group together. If you are thinking of anything at all, reach out to me. A lot of times people reach out to me from different places. As little as, oh, how do I make my YouTube videos? I never turn anybody down. I never say I am not responding to anybody, because I knew once upon a time I was in a place whereby I didn't know anything. Even though most of the things I learned by myself, by dedicating a lot of time to it. These days I don't turn anybody down, because I want to be able to share what I know. And the more I share, the more I learn. The more I share, the more I know myself. So your creativity will give you that confidence to be able to do more. Oh yes, I can do it. All right, even though challenges may come along the way. Number two, being creative would help you eventually to find peace in life. It will help you to find peace in life. And this is what I mean. I'll tell you what I mean. For example, you've actually discovered and embraced your gift, and then you are using it. And all of a sudden, something happens. Maybe you lose your job. Peace will come because you're already creating something already. You have that peace of mind. Oh yes, I don't have to panic. I don't have to worry. And eventually, your creativity can be what you will retire to. I've seen a lot of doctors, after a while, they get tired. I've seen a lot of pharmacists. I've seen a lot of professionals. After a while, because statistically, it says we spend up to 40 years of our lives working. Eventually, what do we settle back into? For example, you are gifted to lead or mentor, and you've been teaching classes in different parts of the world, even though you have your work, you have your job. Eventually, when you retire, you don't have to start looking for what to do. You don't have to start looking for, oh, so what will I do? All you have to do is go back to what you've been doing all along. It could be, oh yeah, you've been designing clothes while you were going to work. That could be your retirement plan. Your creativity can lead you. It will give you peace of mind, then be eventually your retirement plan. But if you are in a job, you're not doing anything about your purpose. I'm not saying that's not good. Don't get me wrong. That is fantastic, because from our jobs, a lot of times we don't fulfill purpose. I know that is a hard one to say, but a lot of times from our jobs, we don't fulfill purpose because we are restricted to what we can do. In fact, on our jobs, we can't promote ourselves. On our jobs, we can't decide, oh yeah, I've spent 3 years here now. I want to move on to managerial posts. We can't do that. That is our job. We could be in the same spot for 5 years, for 6 years, for 7 years. And then we begin to look at life like, oh, why is life so unfair? I'm working so hard and I've not been able to progress. But with your gift, you can progress. You can move from one level of fantastic idea to another. I've given an example of myself. I came online as a fashion blogger, but now I've actually consolidated that and I'm doing so many other things. So many other things that I would never have thought I could do. And that is what creativity can do. Creativity will give you that boldness to push even further. It will give you that boldness to want more, to want to achieve more out of life. Never in 1,000 years would I have thought that, oh yeah, that after blogging for a while, I'll be an author. Never in my dreams would I have thought I'll write the first book and second book. No, never. I've seen also a lot of, you see Instagram is all about popularity, the number of followers that you have online. You don't have to have all these followers to be able to achieve amazing things that with the technology that God has given to us. You see a lot of celebrities. they have 3.5 million followers, but they still can't account for what they've done with all that 3.5 million followers. A lot of you know Toke Makinwa. She wrote on becoming. I wrote what you use what you have. She got to a bestseller on Amazon. I got to a bestseller on Amazon. I only have 1,500 followers on Instagram. She has like 2 million. So what those people can do, you can do as well. It takes courage, it takes boldness, it takes creativity, and it takes where to look. Where are you looking, even with your creativity? And that was why I said you should create, but I want you to know who should you create for. And you also have to have in mind that you can't create for everybody. You can't create for everybody. You must recognize who is going to buy into what you're doing, who is going to support your gift, who is going to support what you are doing. You have to know exactly where to look. And I'm going to take it back, and that's why I'm not doing this video on my personal Facebook page. I'm doing it here so the close-knit people can be able to recognize that I'm trying to do something here. So in a few minutes, I'm going to round up this class. So today we've talked about the definition of a creator, and I linked it back to the Father. The Father started creation. From the beginning, he saw that the earth was shapeless, and then he created a structure, creating light. Then he saw that it was good, then he created more before he created you and I to have dominion over everything that he has created. So why should you create something? Should you create something just because you want to create? You can create something because you want to meet a need of a group of people, or women, men, boy, girl. You can also create maybe because you want to make an extra income. You can monetize the things you are creating. And that is the advantage of that. I didn't talk so much about that tonight, but we're going to talk more about it on Thursday, actually. So who should we create for? We've talked about that. Recognize who you should create for. Why should you create? You know that. Oh, I just want to help people because I love charitable things. I want to make extra money to be able to pay for vacation. I want to support my husband in paying all these bills that we have to pay. So what creativity can do for you, it will help you discover yourself. It will make you become confident. It will give you that I can do it attitude. It will give you that boldness to create more things. And it could also be something that can rescue you. And finally, it could be your retirement plan. After you're tired of your career or your job because of how restricted you can be, your God-given gift could be what would rescue you. All right? So the end of creativity, it will be, oh yeah, I'm fulfilling my purpose, I'm meeting a need somewhere, I'm helping a group of people or a nation, a tribe that God has given me. So it doesn't really matter what you know now, but if you know that, oh, you have a gift, and from your gift you can create something. Yours don't have to be write books, because all of us have a story within us, but not all of us are very good at putting words together. And that's why I'm here. Even if your own is writing a book and you are confused, you've always wanted to write it, come to me. We can do something together. And finally, I want to tell you that this course, there's an extension of it. It is a 5-week course which involves 10 modules. On Saturday night, I will be inviting you to actually sign up to the course if you want to take it further, because there's so much nugget on the course itself. So this is just like an introduction, rubbing on the surface of the course. Okay, so today is all about why you should be a creator. So tomorrow, by God's grace, we'll be talking about who am I? That is a major question we all must answer. Who am I? So tonight, walk away, please, with you've recognized your God-given gift. So what can you create from your God-given gift, and why should you create what you want to create? And finally, who should you create it for? Don't forget, my email is also on the right-hand side corner. Any problems at all, give us a shout and we can sort this all out together. And I want to say a massive thank you so much to all of you for joining me tonight. I know taking so much of your time tonight, and I want to also pray for you finally that God will open your eyes and reveal things to you like never before. in the name of Jesus. And from now on, you'll be doing great and amazing things in your life, and your family will begin to see it by the grace of God. All right. So I say thank you so much once again. I love you guys for joining me, and I'll stay back to answer questions. If there's any question whatsoever, send it to me. Don't be shy. If you're shy, send it to my inbox. So that's it for tonight. I want to say thank you so much again. Have a restful night. God bless you. Bye. My name is Mojisola Obazwaye, an Amazon best-selling author of Use What You Have. Welcome to Use What You Have, Gifted for a Purpose Masterclass. I'm looking forward to working on this amazing journey with you. I'm confident that by the time you finish this course, you will be motivated, driven, confident, empowered, and determined to use what you have to help others and to fulfill your own purpose in life. The Use What You Have modules is being divided into 10 modules, which you will complete in 5 weeks. Every week you will receive 2 videos from me and also 2 PDF files. You can do the course at your own pace, and also you have a lifetime access to the course. However, I like to encourage you, there's no point procrastinating or postponing purpose. The best time to start anything is now. Why wait till tomorrow when you can start today? I'm looking forward to sharing them with you, and most importantly, when you finish the course, you will be living in your God's given purpose. I want to wish you the very best and also Godspeed. And I'll speak to you on my next module, which will be the first module for the course.